Kate Sheehan Roach with ProSocial World, talking about Wayne Teasdale's 9 elements of interspirituality. So, element 3 is a commitment to deep nonviolence. I think most of us, if we're interested in something called ProSocial World, are aware of the need to reduce violence in the world. Wayne Teasdale takes it a step further, again, talking about cultivating a deep, innate virtue of nonviolence, not about outward rules and regulations, but what Wayne says in the opening statement on this element is, when the spiritual life has put down deep roots, there is a natural, organic evolution into deep nonviolence. He goes on to talk a lot about different stories, different historical situations where Gandhi was promoting ahimsa, the non-harming teaching of Hinduism, but it wasn't minutes after he was killed that people acted out in violence in response to his violent death. We can look at the exile of the Dalai Lama and all of the Tibetan Buddhists who, in their commitment to nonviolence, have been removed from Tibet, and violently so. But their commitment to nonviolence is a model that Wayne points to. Another example he gives is really close to home. Our dear friend Jeff Chinang, one of the founders of ProSocial World, is mentioned in this chapter. He and Wayne were close friends, and Wayne writes about Jeff's experience growing up in northern New York, upstate New York, as they call it, where hunting and fishing was just part of the culture, and he was raised to hunt deer, and for most of his youth enjoyed that, until one day he was out hunting and he shot a doe. And when he came upon her fallen body, she was still alive. And they made eye contact, the doe and Jeff, and something mystical transpired where Jeff felt her forgiveness. He had just mortally wounded her. And he accepted that forgiveness in such a way that changed him. This is the type of change we're talking about in the 9 elements, this experiential, mystical transformation, where in that moment, Jeff recognized his connectedness with this deer, and then he never would hunt another deer after that. That was the beginning of a much more mature understanding of our relationship with our animal siblings. So pretty amazing that we have that story to look to from our friend in this book. But Wayne goes on to talk about the UN and Hollywood and other questions about war, military might, things like that. But what he comes back to, once again, is this idea that deep within us is a commitment to nonviolence, that the idea that humans are innately violent is false, and that if we cultivate a commitment, that's what our true essence really is.